The first pro with this 2023 BMW 530i is going to be the way that it drives. There's literally nothing to complain about technically with the way that it drives. It's comfortable, it's quiet. All of the engines are amazing. Even this 4-cylinder pulls extremely well, both in the city and out on the highway. And the handling is very decent, of course. It's a confidence-inspiring experience. That's what matters to most people, I feel like. Out on the highway, doing those speeds, it remains solid. It's not being blown all over the place. That's what I think most people appreciate with these German products. And your everyday handling is excellent, like you would expect. But the con is you need to get your expectations right. This is a luxury car. This is not a sports sedan by any means. And it's not even particularly exciting to drive either. It's a little bit bland. But again, I don't think many people care or even understand what that term means when a car drives bland. So I'm not going to go too much in detail about that, but just so you know, it's not a sports car in any way. It's not going to break your back either. That slogan that BMW likes to use, the ultimate driving machine, yeah, that's just not really accurate anymore. This is really the ultimate lease machine. That's really what this is. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need to get your expectations right. This is a fantastic daily driver, as I already mentioned. Everyday performance is great, and when you tack on amazing fuel economy, which is another pro, again, it just makes this a great all-round package, right? Prestigious, looks decent, great everyday driving dynamics with fuel economy that's better than what the piece of paper would suggest. Okay, this is rated to get 23 city, 32 highway. You can honestly beat those EPA numbers, and if you go with the rear-wheel drive models, you get slightly better fuel economy even still. And if you like speed and performance, the 540i is available to you with the inline 6, 8-speed ZF down the board, one of the best transmissions. So all of that is great. The next pro is going to be with this interior space, both in its solidity, but also its comfort. These seats, these are just the Sensitech free seats that you get, and they are so comfortable. Easily the most comfortable Sensitech seats I've ever tested. Very similar to the Sensa Fin seats that I tested in the new 2023 X5. So seat comfort is great. Interior quality, nothing is creaking or rattling in here. Everything feels nice. And if you like the more traditional technology that this 2023 5 Series has to offer, then definitely consider pulling the trigger on this, because you have physical buttons and switches for your climate control, and it's totally separated from the screen, very ergonomic, and the screen itself is easy to use, quick to respond, no problem. Same thing with the gauge cluster. But the con is going to be there is no wireless Apple CarPlay or wireless Android Auto with this particular 530i for whatever reason. You actually have to plug your phone in, and also for 2023 they made the wireless charging pad as standard, which is great. But I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max with a regular phone case, and it does not fit in that wireless charging pad. I can't even get it in there. So that's pretty dumb. And the final con I want to mention with this interior is this stupid glossy black plastic that they are using all throughout this interior space in high traffic areas. It does get dusty and pretty nasty. You always need a microfiber cloth in this vehicle to wipe it down. But the next pro is this is a reasonably spacious vehicle. I am 5'11". I don't have an issue fitting in the front or in the back. Headroom is decent, and legroom is definitely a lot better than something like a 330i BMW. The trunk is massive, and most importantly, you can fold down those rear seats flat, and that just makes this a very useful and practical sedan. Last pro I'm going to mention is the safety. Pretty much all of these new BMWs are an IIHS top safety pick. That's great, so you can be rest assured that your family is in a safe vehicle. And I'll quickly just cover the financials of this vehicle for you. This is the last model year of this generation, so if you like what you see here, take advantage of it, because there are some decent deals for this car. Most BMW dealerships, they want to get rid of these things before the new generation comes in. So I did remember seeing a lot of brokers on the Lease Hacker forum. They were offering upwards of 10% off MSRP on these vehicles. I am partnered with one of those brokers, AutoCompanion, but sadly he is all out of 5 Series vehicles. So instead, I would suggest to you, email your local dealerships if they have a 5 Series that you like in stock, either a 530i or a 540i. email the general manager and tell them you want 12% off MSRP, because honestly, they might even go for that as well. And not just that, make sure you take advantage of any incentives that you qualify for. So even though AutoCompanion might not have any 5 Series vehicles to sell to you, he does have a free leasing calculator that you can play with. That'll be linked in the description box. Make sure you use that to your advantage. You can plug in your zip code, your numbers in, the model that you like, and it will display to you all the incentives in your area. For instance, if you qualify for BMW loyalty, leasing the 5 Series is a no-brainer. This is the best value proposition in the BMW lineup, and that's a big pro for this vehicle, because you tack on those massive discounts and you tack on the incentives. Like if you qualify for BMW loyalty, that's $1,500. If you're going to lease this car, that's another $1,500. That's $3,000 in incentives plus 10% off. That's like $6,000 right there on a 60K vehicle. You're saving $9,000 off of the MSRP of a 5 Series. A new one, mind you. And if you do get the loyalty credits, you can also qualify for BMW loyalty leasing. And the lease program is really good when you qualify for loyalty. Really low interest rates. Payments are around $650 a month for a car like this, $60,000 MSRP. If you don't qualify for loyalty and you lease this, it's around $750 a month. And for the 540i models, you can add an additional $100 to those monthly payments. Either way you look at it, this is significantly cheaper than a BMW X5 lease. X5 is going to lease for around $1,000 a month. It's literally $300-400 more expensive than a 530i. So really good value. Consider purchasing it. Hopefully all the resources I shared with you will be valuable. If you want to support me personally, you can purchase some of my merchandise that I've created. I finally found a great high quality supplier to work with. So if you want to purchase some hats, some t-shirts, some hoodies, I will have that in the description box as well. It'll be greatly appreciated if you enjoy the value that I bring with this content. But thank you so much for watching. I'll have my next video on the end screen here. Click on it and I will see you there.